Dictation number 85, 86, 89 and 90 at the speed of 80 words per minute. Yes, ready? Start. Truth has been divided into three kinds: truth about things, truth of thought about things, and truth in the accurate expression of thought about things. Full stop. Accordingly to ancient authorities, truth could be said to be a correspondence between thought and thing. Full stop. It seems perfectly easy for anyone to think accurately about a thing with which he is quite well acquainted. Full stop. But the case is not quite so simple as that, and there is without doubt a great deal to be said before it can be called simple. Full stop. Suppose an unfortunate accident occurred in a London street and that six people witnessed the accident and were asked to relate exactly what had happened. Full stop. It is quite certain that we should receive different accounts from each of them. Full stop. The result would not be a correspondence between thought and the thing that about, and so the statements would not be true. Full stop. It is to be regretted that limited space prevents a more extended argument, though we could extend it if we cared to do so. Full stop. Para. It has been maintained that certainly does not admit of degrees of any kind, that there can be no shade of difference in the intensity of our certainty. Full stop. But let us see. Stop. A man may be certain that he settled his debt with his tailor on the 10th of October and in cash, or that he paid his local rates on demand. Full stop. But is this certainty equaled by the certainty with which he knows that 3 and 4 make 7, or that heat will melt butter? Full stop. Is there not a great difference? Full stop. Para. If the little stones which you have rolled from under your feet were able to speak, they would relate to you a great story, the story of this old world of ours as it was thousands of years ago. Full stop. They cannot, however, and the story will not be told by them. Full stop. But let us suppose that one particular pebble could talk. Full stop. And that is seized the opportunity to do so. Full stop. It would tell you and the other gentlemen of your party of changes in climate, great mad upheavals when the mighty ocean turned to dry land, and the highest hills and the hard rocky mountains tottered and fell towards the sea, and became indeed the sea bottom, full stop. If we listened as a child might listen to the story told by the pebble, we might learn of the movements which are even now tending to turn parts of the earth into more habitable places and other parts into desolate wastes. Full stop. Para. Quite early in man's attempt to penetrate into the great secret of the earth, when he tried to find its hidden treasures of gold and diamonds for the purposes of trade, he learned one important fact, namely that it grows hotter as you descend. Full stop. This is evident also from the hot springs found in different parts of the world, and still more evident from the volcanoes which, when violently active, pour out molten rock until it covers the country around to a thickness of many feet. Full stop. A great authority on the subject has asserted that there are slight earth tremors every quarter of an hour. Full stop. The hand of man seems weak indeed when we think of the wondrous power of these mighty forces. Full stop.